Well, Family First is 16 today. Yep, that's right. It's our 16th anniversary, sweet 16. Although I'm pretty sure that there's probably some people, including in the media and politics, that don't think we're that sweet. Let's check out a bit of history. So, just a short episode today. It's Family First's 16th birthday. That's right. 1st of April 2006 was our first day of operation. And it was straight into it. It was really to be a voice for families in family issues, to speak out. My involvement in the media, I realised that there was a bit of a gap in terms of strong conservative voices on family issues. And so we immediately got stuck into a number of key debates at the time. There was the anti-smacking debate going on and the referendums. There was ongoing issues with prostitution, alcohol and liberalisation of those laws that we were speaking into, daycare and the trend of putting very young kids and babies into daycare for longer periods of time. And we were raising concerns about that. Easter trading laws, they were trying to liberalise that. Gambling laws, parental leave, we were asking for extended parental leave and acknowledging the role of dads. Parental notification for abortions, sneaking off teenage girls for abortions without parents even being notified, let alone asking for their permission. Pornography, the social harms that pornography is doing, and we continue to call for research into that and to identify it as a health hazard. Screen time, the amount of time that our children have been spending on screens, and of course it's included in school as well. And so we were raising concerns about that way back in about 2015. People are starting to catch on a little bit now. Sex education, and of course now that's sex and gender ideology indoctrination, and our very popular Value Your Vote. But I think that the turning point was probably around 2013 or 2012 actually, and that's when the gay marriage debate started. And that's kind of like that's when the media really started to take a dislike to us, and the phones started ringing a little bit less. And during the gay marriage debate, it always seemed to be stacked against us. I actually wish that we'd done a analysis of the media coverage of that particular debate, because I think we would have found a very strong bias in favour of redefining marriage. But I remember one time I was actually in this debate, and it was with Nigel Latter. They told me that there was going to be nobody else involved in the debate. I turned up, Nigel Latter was there, and he was debating for the bill. And as you can see there, I'm looking at the interviewer, and unbeknown to me, Nigel Latter was actually in the background, sort of pulling faces. And it was all really part of the whole setup that was done. In fact, on that particular day, the newsreader, who was Tamati Coffey, as you can imagine, he was a supporter of the bill, and they'd released their promo video for the bill. So there we are. There's the interviewer. We've got Nigel Latter, and we've got the promo video being launched, and I'm sort of thrown there as a one-off to argue against it. But that tends to be how the media does it. The only way they can handle debates like this is to make it very stacked against our viewpoint. But of course, from that, then the Charities Board, they came after us. They wanted to deregister us because they believed that as I said in court, our purpose of promoting the traditional family unit cannot be shown to be in the public benefit. Yep, I know, incredible. And of course, that's gone all the way to the Supreme Court for very expensive court cases defending our right to speak. And now we await the decision of the 5 judges. And this case is simply about one thing. The government disagrees with our view and possibly your view on marriage and family. And so we will fight this because of the threat, not just that it places on us, but on other charities, including churches and other groups that may have the same views that we have, shock horror, and our collective freedom to speak up on values that we believe in. And so the phone rang a bit less from about 2013 onwards. In effect, you could say they had started to cancel us already. And then, of course, there's debates around abortion, gender ideology. Interesting with the gender ideology one, because we were starting to make allies with people even from the left, feminist groups, who don't believe that you can just choose to be a woman just like that. And so we were reaching across the aisle, as they say, to various groups on various issues. There was also the euthanasia debate that was starting to warm up, and of course the cannabis debate. And that probably settled it for us. There was firstly this debate on Q&A right at the start of the cannabis legalization debate. I'd come back from Canada after doing some research, and I was up against Chloe Schwarbrick. And as you can see here in the graph, right at the start, November 2018 is when that interview was held. And the green, 60%, was for legalization, and the orange, 24% against. So the yes was miles ahead when we did that Q&A debate. But as you can see, over time, as that debate continued, and as we got the chance to get across our point of view, although we didn't get much chance in media, as we found from the analysis of the media coverage, once again, stacked in favour of the yes side, of course. But as we got our ideas across and did advertising, of course, we just sneaked across the line, just. And I mean, it was amazing that we actually won that debate with a coalition of all the community groups and family groups and key family people, that the faces that people knew, New Zealanders knew. And we just won that debate. But that really was the death knell for Family First. The media really were annoyed and shocked and surprised that we had won that debate. So then when it came around to the birth certificates bill, built around, you can identify what biology you are on your birth certificate. And then by the time of the conversion therapy bill, we were persona non grata. They just did not want to talk to us. And in fact, we're releasing a analysis of the media coverage of the conversion therapy bill next week. And you'll see heavily stacked in favour of the government bill. And they basically took away all our oxygen to be able to speak into it, despite being one of the leading groups that was opposing it. And so we are an enemy, and a dangerous one at that. And therefore, in the views of the media and the left, we shouldn't be given any oxygen, unless it's, of course, negative oxygen. However, people still see us as a watchdog. Watching out for some of these laws coming through, equipping families to speak up, informing faith-based leaders, and our support base continues to expand, and our reach through social media and friends of friends continues to explode. And we feel completely overwhelmed by the massive response to our birthday appeal. So the media, in effect, have almost cancelled us because they're so annoyed with us. They don't want to give us oxygen. But there is a huge army, and the generosity and also the messages of support and encouragement has been truly humbling leading up to our birthday today. It's an honor and a privilege to be in this space and to be able to speak up and empower families and faith leaders to speak up on issues that matter to us all. So today, April the 1st, yep, that's right, April the 1st, we celebrate our 16th anniversary, and irrespective of the outcome of the attempts by the state to deregister us, we ain't going away. As we move into our 17th year, we know that we have an army of supporters standing with us as we champion strong and stable families, as we promote the institution of marriage, as we protect life from conception through to natural death, and as we promote religious freedom. It all started in 2006 with very little idea of where it was all headed. 16 years later, I'm none the wiser. And so we're going to just continue. I'm convinced that your voice matters. Our voice matters. And for that reason alone, the voice and research of Family First is vital. So thank you for standing with us as we stand for families.